Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're checking out a sweet first-person puzzle platform type game called Lifted. It might be a shooter, I don't know, we're still feeling this out. I do want to make it abundantly clear to you guys that it is a absolutely integral part of the show to have feedback and viewer interaction. All you guys are what makes up the show, essentially. This is what makes this have a point. So Lifted is a viewer recommended game, and I do want to make it very clear that I do take those recommendations seriously. I don't get to all of them, obviously, as you can imagine. I have like 100 now on backlog that are developer requested, and when you add in the viewer requests it gets overwhelming. But I do want to definitely make a point of hitting at least one of those per week if I can. So I do want to encourage you guys, please keep suggesting games whenever you want, in whatever form you want. I take them all to heart. I check them all out. I mean, unless you're sending me like a 2-bit recommendation of some sort of like Minesweeper game, I'm gonna look at it and potentially, possibly show it on the show if it seems like something that's that I'd be interested in showing that would fit with the theme. So yeah, I'm considering maybe doing a segment once a week. I thought maybe I'd call it like Shout Out Sunday or something, where you guys get to pick what game I play. Of course, there are a few stipulations. If we do go ahead with that, they have to be, generally speaking, free games, unless you're a developer that wants to send me a free copy of your game, because I'm not going to say, hey, send me a request, and then you're like, hey, play this $60 game. I'm like, well, I don't have any money. Sorry. Hopefully you understand. So yeah, if you want us to go ahead with something like that, please do suggest your games for that segment. And I think we could make it a reality. I don't see why not. I mean, I do want to hit one a week, so why not make it on Sunday or something? I know this one's not airing on Sunday, but regardless, unless it does air on Sunday, I don't think it's gonna though. So I know we've gone around in circles here. Let's actually start this game up. I'm pretty curious to see what it's about. I've heard some good things, and I do want to just very briefly show you the options, standard stuff. There's that, and some credits. The creative crates, team creative crates, I should say. So let's start up. I actually turned the dialogue way up, so hopefully you should be able to hear it. I'm going to be quiet. I know there's a little bit of an intro where there's some speaking. Maybe that happens a lot. I don't know. We're going to see. So I'll try and be quiet for those moments so you guys don't miss them. So here we go.
Greetings, program. Today is day... What day is it?
22.
Yes, day 22 of the Alternative Automated Reasoning Testing. My name is Damien, and this other voice you hear with me is my colleague, Caesar.
Hello.
We will be examining you as you complete these tests.
The AAR test is designed to study program behavior and obedience. We hope to find and track any variations. So far, there have been none. But today is different. You little Allie, you have a chance to change all that with today's new test.
Really? Allie? What were... Forget it. We have been experimenting with a series of tests, giving AI one new mechanism that gives them the option to alter their locomotion. So today, we will be testing what happens when a program is installed with the Lift plugin. This includes the Allie gun. This gun shoots pads that act as trampolines? Really?
Who doesn't like to jump on trampolines?
Cool. So I guess we're doing some sort of a cube-style game where we can apparently stick to walls. I'm up for that. That seems fun. We slowly fall, though. It's not like we're just stuck to them indefinitely. Otherwise, you could do some pretty crazy wall jumping. That would be one of those crazy reflection maps that we used to see also commonly back in the days of like Quake 3 Arena. Remember, everything had those things on them.
Your new device is the increased distance it will give you. In front of you there's a platform. Please go to the top of the platform using whatever means you have.
I like the voices of these narrators too. They seem like nice guys.
You've successfully completed our first test.
Although, who knows, maybe they'll turn out to be malevolent, as seems to so often be the case in these Portal-esque style first-person puzzle-ish games. I'm almost hesitant to talk because I feel like I'm going to get interrupted by the narrators, but that's fine. If they do interrupt me, I'll try and shut up immediately if I can. So I'm not sure about the aesthetic of this one.
See a flight of stairs. Please make your way up them.
But those aren't any kind of stairs. No ordinary slinky would be able to handle them.
Oh, okay, it's shiny over here. Well, I was just going to say these corridors look a little bland. But these corridors look much less bland because they have reflections on them. Reflections make a big difference. So they're not just any set of stairs. Okay, so I can shoot portals. I can shoot trampoline pads onto these things. And it appears that I can shoot an indefinite amount of them, but these stairs have no tangible mass, apparently.
Congratulations! You have defeated the stairs!
Yeah, congrats. You're more dynamic than a slinky.
Wow, I feel better about myself already.
Lifts are designed to match any height you jumped from. If you use a lift after jumping off a ledge, you will always return back to the original height you jumped from. For added boost to your height, try using a lift on the ledge you're standing on before jumping off. This will increase your peak height, giving you the ability to reach slightly taller ledges that might be far away.
Okay. Sure. Is that the challenge? I don't know. No, I didn't quite, like, parse what he said for some reason. I heard him, but it just, like, didn't sink in. I guess I wasn't sure exactly what he was trying to focus on, like, what was the element that he was describing exactly.
To avoid past mistakes, I'm going to help you a bit with a hint here. That orangey, glowy stuff you see, that's going to hurt. A lot. It actually damages your code over prolonged exposure. So, please, if not for anything else, just to save us the paperwork, don't touch it.
I like this. They got a very, like a casual but, like, well-meant speaking tone. I don't know. Something about them just sounds like they're on your side for once. They don't want to actually get you killed. I'll just try and use trampolines to get around. This seems like the more fun way to go.
We've reached our last test for the day. If you still want to prove us wrong and show you have different behavior, please do so in this test.
Also, try not to die.
Come on, don't treat her like that.
Her?
Chell? Oh, okay, I think I understand what they were trying to say before about matching heights. Oh, that is not what I meant to do there. Oh, I wasn't sure, so I guess I'm shooting 2 at a time. I thought there were infinite... Yeah, there's 2, right? Yeah, so the height that you start off on these pads from, I guess, is where you'll match, is what he was saying. And I think he actually used those same words, but it didn't seem to sink in for me. Ow! The hell? Hurt my head. So far, definitely cool. I'm enjoying this. I think the only thing that's maybe lacking is some of these textures are a little bland, but, you know, makes up for it in reflections and dynamic puzzle-solving action, I suppose. The, like I said, the narrators seem cool. And, I think we're probably in for a decent ride here if this game is sufficiently long. I'm not sure if that is the case, though. So I guess I actually needed to jump, perhaps, before I jumped off of here. Or do a, you know, one of these first. And now I should be able to match that height, which is enough to get me up here. So, that is the goal, is to keep doing that. And I'll just wait until I'm about to land, and there we go. That should make things much, much simpler.
This may be a little hazardous. Your gun is fitted with a display that measures any damage you have taken.
I don't want hazards. No!
Remain grounded. If you are too impatient for that, though, lifts can speed up the process. After deploying a lift, try colliding with the pad as it reaches the peak of expansion. If you time it correctly, you'll regain about 30% of your energy.
What? I don't know, I feel like I'm not quite getting everything that we're saying here. I can't reach any higher than that. Okay, was that... No, that was bad, right? Oh, we're doing Girl from Ipanema? Well, gotta have that elevator music, right? It's kind of a staple in these games, apparently. Oh man, now I can't reach the height again. Oh, that sucks. So what, now I have to do the entire thing? Another time? I guess I just needed to keep going, you know, in one fell swoop. I also want to criticize, I think the UI is perhaps a little intrusive. I mean, I know we're going for like that sort of Metroid Prime style visor display, which is, oh, I forgot to do the lead-off jump thing. Which is, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. I just think that it takes up a little too much of the viewing space for my own personal taste. Especially when the information that it's displaying is kind of, in my opinion anyway, largely unnecessary. I mean, speed and altitude, like, what are you going to use that information for on the fly? We're trying to jump around. It's really our only goal at the moment. I didn't do the trampoline jump off again. Oh, I gotta stop distracting myself. And apparently friction is not something we need. I should really try and use that stick to walls ability that I apparently have. I am playing this in browser, by the way. This is one of those Unity browser games that works so nicely. I rarely have complaints when it comes to games that are done in Unity. They always seem to have this like certain level of quality about them, and I'm not sure why that is. I don't think it's probably inherently a difficult to learn thing, you know, resulting in complex games, but it just seems like people who seem to program in that or, you know, build games in that seem to just have a good design in mind beforehand. Or maybe I've just selectively picked good games and this is just confirmation bias. I did it again! Holy crap, I can't believe how dumb I am. Stop doing that. Alright, this is the time that I will be successful and I will stop screwing my own progress. Alright, this time is the time. Wait for it, go. Wait for it, go. Down here, go. And up, go. We're gonna get it this time. No. Oh, I almost missed the pad. This is it. One more. To get forward velocity, and this should do it. Oh, I thought I was gonna miss for— oh god, I hit the wall! Oh god. Don't kill me now. It's not fun when I have to do this all again. There's seriously no way for me to get up now. Oh, I'm so disappointed in myself. What have I done? Alright, I guess I'll make a cut, and we will resume when I get to the other side of that wall. Oh man, you might catch me mid-jump here. I think I may have just screwed myself again. No. This time. The world is ours. Don't hit the wall, though. Oh yeah, that feels good.
Program. You have completed today's behavioral testing. Please wait there in the test room where you will be scanned before your memory is erased. Thank you for all of your data. However useless it was, you were still able to survive testing, which is more than could be said for the majority of previous AI, so there's something in that, I suppose.
You gonna neuralize me, bro? It's just not very nice. Okay, so I guess we gotta make our way up. There's definitely a bit of a parallel here that I can see with that game perspective, which I'm not sure was intentional. Probably, I think this came out first. Oh. I like how it hurts her head when you bump into the ceiling. I mean, they're clearly very heavily influenced by Portal, there's no question there. Oh geez, really? I hope this isn't like the main mechanism for getting around, is just using these jump pads. Although I won't be entirely surprised if it is. Oh, is that exit? Yes. Oh, it's much prettier here. There's a lot of blocks. What's going on in here? Is this like my little AI house?
The lift experiment wasn't going to work. It was just silly.
Well, at least I'm trying, and you have to admit it still went better than the parasailing test.
How do you still have a job? Whoa, did you put Allie into the Aeolus program?
No? Why?
Because it's in there. Allie, please go back to the test room. Allie, can you hear me? Respond. How did it get in there?
I don't know. What is she doing?
It's just running around in the program. What? It still has the Allie gun.
Oh.
Did you forget to add the auto uninstall? Allie, listen to me. Stop what you're doing and go back in the test chamber. Await further instructions there. You shouldn't be here. I don't understand. It won't listen to any of my commands.
You don't think she chose to go out there?
No, it couldn't. It must think it's another test. Allie, your test is all done. You can come back now.
I like this. I like how they're really, like, they're speaking to me as an AI, like they're really going the whole way and doing the acting and everything. Feels legit. Oh, is this... Okay, it moved. This is actually very pretty in here. I kind of have to take back some of what I said about the previous area. It was just that area. Once you've taken the walls away, looks nice. So we got to figure out a branching kind of way to get through this. I am guessing there's probably a few different ways to approach it. Oh, I didn't realize that was going to slide me down. So I guess hopefully like jump pads, because that's what we got on offer here. Can you make it? Yes. Barely. Can I make this jump, though? It's interesting, because you got to use momentum to slide your way forward, and if you don't have sufficient momentum, you're probably not going to be able to make these gaps. Thankfully, you build momentum pretty quickly, but still, you got to kind of have a point in mind before you start jumping. Unless you do it at the very last second, like I've been doing there. Yeah, I think this will work. There we go. And just keep bouncing. Lady loves trampolines. What can I say? What do I do with this? Is this a... No. Oh, wow. That worked? No! What? I didn't choose to fall there. Okay, I guess that was a checkpoint, so I'll forgive it. I don't even know what's going on. There's, like, Tori or something all over the place. I guess we'll just keep going.
Maybe we should let her go, see what happens.
No, this environment is too unstable. It could get destroyed.
You didn't care about that a few minutes ago.
Yeah, well, its movements are really strange. I don't know what it's doing. It seems like it may be making some decisions for itself.
So she did choose to come out here. My lift test worked.
We can't prove that until we can get it back into a place where we can control it. And I highly doubt your bouncy castle test is what caused this.
I think his bouncy castle tested just fine. I'm guessing I can't bounce on top of the orange at all. Oh no, I can. Otherwise that would have been very difficult. I just needed to use it instead of not bumping into it. Alright, so I guess that makes this plausible. It's like all these surfaces I can't actually interact with yet. Yep, still using them just fine. So we want to go to the side here. Seems like you really got to use your pads at the last moment. I'm actually concentrating a bit, that's why my commentary has been a bit on the slow side. Not that this is insanely difficult or any... Oh, crap. Yeah. It's not insanely difficult or anything, but it does require a little bit of concentration just to be able to get the feeling of where you're supposed to be going. Where am I? I'm kind of lost. Whatever. I guess I'm just supposed to keep continuing onward and upward. It's got a nice feel to it. I mean, aside from the issues I was having, like, frictionally bouncing through walls and stuff, I mean, that's not the end of the world, but it was killing my momentum. But now that I have a good feel for how the character moves around, I feel fairly at home. Jumping, bouncing off stuff. Looks like ribs. Alright, should be safe right here. And probably, if you're a speedrunner, this would be a pretty cool game for you. I imagine you could bounce your way through most of these levels in just a few tries once you get pretty good at each path. Are these rings just checkpoints, I guess? Maybe something like that. They seem to guide you through. Oh, wow. That's cool looking. I like that effect. Well, okay, I guess now there's a reason for the altitude meter.
Scuttles. I thought I deleted all those. Wonder how they ended up here.
You made those? For what?
Well, it all started when I was doing some algorithms for antivirus software. This program would be designed so that it would auto-reason to anger in order to defend itself.
You programmed it to be angry.
She should be fine as long as she maintains a distance.
And if it doesn't?
Termination.
Termination? That is just great. fantastic. Why? Why do you always make these ridiculous tests?
Why do you always yell at me?
It's amazing that considering how many times people have used this formula, you know, having like someone talking either overtly to or to each other or something like that, that we can actually still pull off a concept that seems to hold its own just fine with a very similar formula. I actually don't even feel like this is terribly derivative. I mean, granted, it's used a lot of the same tropes we've seen in a few other of these, like, science-y puzzle platformers, but yeah, I think it still works just fine independently of that. And if you hadn't known about them, I imagine this would all seem very fresh and new. No! No! Crap. It's quite a playground of different things going on here. I like how the surfaces are quite dynamic as well. They're not just like laid out for you to cross. It feels sort of like you have to do a little bit of the figuring out yourself. Oh, that sucks. Sort of like those abstract speedrun areas for those DLC levels in Mirror's Edge, which I've still never played, but seen people play. I always really like the look of those. There we go. Amazing how we started just a little bit ago and I was barely able to jump from like 2 platforms to each other. And now we're traversing huge amounts of space. Oh, that's bad. Shoot, shoot, shoot. It's not gonna help me. No! That's confusing. It doesn't seem like it kills you automatically, but you kind of want to avoid it. I'm not really sure exactly what it does. Can use those slopes, perhaps. This is a little tricky, though, because it's not really like you have a lot of control over the timing in this situation. Oh, am I... No, I thought I lived for a second. I mean, I know you just want to avoid them, but, like, there's not a lot of ways to do that. Oh, come on. And it seems like we're scaling up on the difficulty awfully fast. Perhaps there's an alternate way I can go about this. Maybe I can go this way instead. I don't know if I can get... Oh yeah, I can. Wasn't sure if I could cross that gap or not. Now let's get as high as we can. Bounce this way. We should still retain our height. Not sure about what's next. I guess we want to hit the edge of this block, which is going to be tricky with that dude right there. There we go. I think this may have been the better of the 2 ways. Get out of there. Hey, these freaking bug things are everywhere. Oh wow, I lived. Barely though. No, no, no. Stay. Stay on there. Thank you. Are we through? I think we're through.
Just admit it. A test of mine actually worked for once.
Would you shut up for a second? We have a slightly more pressing issue at hand.
I missed.
She'll be fine. She can clearly adapt. If she's smart enough, she'll avoid anything that may hurt her.
That's not what I'm worried about. Its movements almost seem human, and it keeps climbing up. Where is it going?
I don't know what just happened there. I guess I progressed. I thought I might have just died, but I don't think I actually landed on that platform, so I'm not sure what happened in terms of gameplay now. Whatever. Doesn't matter, it's still the same formula. Might as well just smash directly into that bug. You can tell that through the different videos that I've done, some of them seem to be more like with a trajectory in mind, where it seems like I want to get to a certain point and then we want to wrap things up, right? But this time I feel like, as is sometimes the case, we're approaching a situation... Oh, I get it. Okay, we were actually sent back. It's a situation where I kind of don't really want to stop playing. I just want to see where this ends up going, and that was a really bad jump. But at the same token, I also don't want to spoil the entire game for you guys, and I also seem to be sort of running around in circles now, having a bit of trouble on this one point. Not that I think it's particularly difficult, I just can't seem to get this jump down. It's that one that keeps bouncing in and out, coming up here. Yeah, this part I can handle just fine. It's a big jerk that just won't get out of my way. No matter how many times I seem to give it the benefit of the doubt. There we go. That worked better. It seems like jumping by itself is just not really recommended. You just want to use platforms whenever possible. I guess we want to try and angle her at that platform. I thought it was going to automatically guide us there. Maybe it's not the case so much. Okay, there we go. Up we go, through to the next area. And I guess...
Anyway.
It's a real-world simulator that was meant to house a sentient AI when we found one. I didn't think we'd actually ever find one, though.
This looks nothing like the real world.
It's still in the process of being built. It's probably how this AI got in. Found some loose file link or something.
Why do we need this world for her?
It was built to see if an AI could react naturally with an organic environment.
But it's not an organic environment, it's a simulation of one.
Well, she's probably not sentient. She's just simulating it.
Damien, she has to be the one we're looking for. This behavior can't be simulated.
It doesn't make sense, though. Out of all the usual problems with AI history, deduction, learning, planning, social interaction, perception, the only one we really changed with this test was motion. How could that have had such a drastic effect on AI decision-making?
Well, trampolines are really fun.
That is true, and if you ask any fox, they will tell you, because foxes love trampolines inherently. Look it up on YouTube if you don't believe me. It's true. So I guess we'll wrap up the episode at this point. Really highly recommend this game, actually. Lifted is freaking awesome. Almost nothing bad to say about it. It's genuinely entertaining dialogue. It's kind of witty banter. It's got some fun gameplay elements to it just by itself. The whole package seems to be well executed indeed, so this is one that's, you know, a free browser game. There's nothing you have to pay for it. It's just kind of out there for you to try. So really, I can't see a reason not to recommend it. So go give it a play. I'm going to put the link right in the description for you guys, as I always do. See if I can make these crazy jumps. They're getting a little bit hectic at this point. Oh, man. Oh, I lived. And yeah, give it a play. And as always, remember to head on over to the website, which is www.indie-impressions.com, and check out all the videos, old and new. Every single one that I've made since the inception of Indie Impressions is available there for your perusal. You can sort them by tags, by distribution method. Please don't kill me. I was doing so well. Oh no. Oh, that was a mess. That's what I get for trying to do the closing show plugs and also play a crazy platforming game at the same time. But yeah, sort them out, check them out, leave some comments if you choose. That helps me out, helps the show out, as always. And also head on over to the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/indieimpressions. If you leave a like on that, you'll get every day's new Indie Impressions video delivered right into your feed. Makes it convenient for you, that way you don't have to come looking for them, and then you can catch any and all new news updates and occasional contests that come to the show page. Oh, that one's going to disappear. And lastly, if you're an indie developer or a viewer and you have any comments, questions, criticisms, suggestions, or you just want to recommend a game for me, like this one was itself, feel free to hit me up on @RockLeeSmile on Twitter. That's the quickest way to reach me, but there's also a contact form on the website, as well as you can send me PMs via Reddit, YouTube, or Twitter. Pretty much anything works for me. Oh, this is getting annoying now. Don't kill me! I gotta stop shouting too. I know my mic needs a compressor. One day, guys, one day. So, yeah, that actually leads me to another point. If you do want to support the show, if you want to help me out, best things you can do, and I'm always hesitant to say this, but, likes on the video, the usual stuff, comments help a lot. But really, the absolute best thing that you can do for me is just tell a friend or two about the show. This exists pretty solely on the prevalence of word of mouth marketing right now. So if you guys know some people who know some people, or if you know indie developers, if you are an indie developer and you know friends, anyone who's interested in this kind of content, tell them about the show. It absolutely helps me out. I don't know why I'm going down now. I think that feels like the wrong thing to do. Maybe, maybe not. But if you worry about if it's going to make a difference, trust me, it really, really does. I've had instances where somebody has mentioned me one time and have found 150 new subscribers in a day. Maybe more. So yeah, I'm absolutely grateful for anything you guys want to do to help me out, and I will notice. So please don't feel like you're not recognized. I will notice. So thank you very much as always for watching. Please come back again tomorrow for another awesome indie game, and please keep your suggestions coming. Granted, I'm drowning in them a little bit, but I do want them every single day to get more awesome games to cover, because that will defeat the point, right? If I can't find new games to cover, well, you know, I do my own research, but I do also rely on you guys for some sweet tips occasionally. And this is exactly one of those cases. I had no idea that this was even a thing, and, you know, now we're doing some lifting. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you'll come back tomorrow. Thanks again, as always, for watching, and have a lovely night.